Hello, my name is Gary and I'm going to be sharing information about how I make my medicine. How I make specifically the cannabinoid acid molecule medicine that is built around THCA and CBDA. So you take any raw marijuana, cannabis bud, and within it contains THCA and CBDA, the acid molecules. Before the marijuana plant is heated or carboxylized, the acid molecule is intact, and then when it's heated or dried it breaks off and it becomes THC and CBD. And of course the THC is psychoactive, and so consuming the raw bud doesn't produce any kind of side effects associated with altering your awareness or impairing you in any way. But I am taking a specific regimen of THCA and CBDA, as well as CBD and THC, to maintain my own health as well as to actualize the benefits that the acid cannabinoids have that are totally different than the other properties that are commonly known with respect to CBD and THC in medicine. So first of all, you have to get the product, and so I'm going to be showing you how to make capsules, which is the best way to ingest it, or you can just take the raw cannabis and mix it in yogurt or put it on your cereal. There's other different ways, so I'm just going to demonstrate how I make 100 capsules, double-aught capsules, with a capsule machine that you can that anybody can find online from Amazon. And I'll be demonstrating how the machine and the capsule works, as well as how to prepare the raw plant material. So just suffice to say that there's a specific formulation that is helpful to aim for. You're wanting to have equal parts, if possible, of CBDA and THCA. Don't worry about the acid molecule or the designation, the difference between THC and THCA, or CBD and CBDA. In the raw form, it is all an acid molecule. So just look for what is the percentages of each. Now typically what's available, especially here in Washington State, where recreational marijuana is the most popular product and where most of the industry is focused. On the medical end, if you can find a CBD bud that's high in CBD with a percentage of 10% or higher, then that gets you in the ballpark. It's really easy to find THC that's 10% or higher. It's harder to find the CBD. But I've been able to find the CBD in an 18.74% in a specific product, and this is a rolled joint, a 1 gram rolled joint that is made from the actual bud itself. This is raw pot. Typically a person would smoke this, but we're not doing any smoking. We're going to be ingesting this. So I'll be showing you how I take these and crumple them up and retrieve the marijuana in this, and then also looking at how we kind of bring together the formulation. So while this product only has 18% CBDA in it, or CBD, it only has a minute amount of THC. And so I've focused to primarily get my quantity of CBD bud through getting these 1 gram joints. And so the beginning of this formulation is going to be looking at creating the substance to put in the capsule. So we have to grind it up. We can't use any machine or processor for doing this, because that creates heat and that unleashes sets free the acid molecule, and then it can become intoxicating. So we want to do this all by hand for the most part, and I'll demonstrate all of that in this video. Okay, so here we are again. I just want to say a couple things to make clear. We're going to be making capsules. We're going to be blending 2 different kinds of raw cannabis. Primary source of the CBD acid molecule will be CBD joints. These are 1 gram joints, and then the source of the THC acid molecule will be the standard smoke get high bud stuff. You can buy it at any store. This has 21.6% THC and this has 18.74% CBD, which is close enough as a 1-to-1 ratio. So I'm going to be mixing up the two of them to make the compound that's balanced, and then I'm going to be installing them into capsules, and I'll demonstrate how that happens. But first, let me just say that if you're going to be making 100 00 capsules, you're going to be using about an ounce of material, and so 28 grams is an ounce, and so you can buy 13 CBD joints and do a half of an ounce to make 1 ounce, however you want to arrange it. I'm just going to mix this all up, and so I'm going to begin demonstrating now how to crush the bud in a way that doesn't activate the THC, and also extract the material from the joints so that we can mix it all together and get ready to demonstrate how material is then put into the capsules. So more about that as we go. So I'm demonstrating now how to take to extract the plant material from the joint. You just break it basically and just shake all the little stuff out. Now these joints are just rolled up in cigarette paper, and you can just simply unravel the end that you light, and you can begin just to kind of drill the stuff out. Now the plant material that's in these joints are pretty well ground up already. We're going to put them through another cycle of how we're going to refine the product so that it goes into the capsules well. We don't want any big hunks or seeds or stems or anything like that, because we won't get a consistent product where we're after 6 capsules equaling a gram of material. So we want to make sure that we get it. So there we have it. Now we have to just do that. So if you are using a half an ounce of the CBD joints, then you'll be doing 14 joints. I'm going to do all 28, and then I'm going to do the whole ounce of the THC, and then we'll blend it all together, and you'll see how that then works out to be installed into the capsule machine. Okay, I'm going to show you a quicker way. So once you learn to understand the principle behind getting all the material out of the joint, you can just use a pair of scissors and just cut right down the center of it, trying to not mess up the paper too much, so you're not trying to, you don't put any paper in your capsules. So there we go. It's pretty easy. Doesn't take much time. It's much quicker than trying to empty them out each individual at a time. So okay, I got my last one here, and I'll be done. And so just keep in mind your area will get kind of messy here with all the plant stuff just flying around a little bit, so you'll have to clean up after yourself, and you get some of the stuff on your table, you just scoot it into your bowl. And so I just want you to be able to see, I don't know if you can see this or not, but there is quite a few. Let's see if I can get this out here. I don't know that you can see this. Anyway, it's quite clumpy still, and so we're gonna put that through the process of getting it nice and fine. So I'll demonstrate how that works. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to put all the product that we create through a strainer. So we'll set that in a bowl like this, and we're just going to pour the material into the grid, and then, oh, I see a piece of paper already. So this stuff, just swirl around and just lightly press against the wire grate, and some of the clumps will start loosening up. And that's really key to getting the best quality of a capsule, because you want to be able to evenly pack each capsule, and if there's a lot of clumps, then things won't happen very easily. So as you can see right now, I've gotten quite a bit of the powder through, but we still have quite a bit of solid material that has to be ground up. That's too clumpy for the actual capsules themselves. So now I've got this ground up. This is all the material from the joints. So as you can see, it's pretty clumpy here, and so we're really grinding now. So you want to twist it with your fingers and your thumb to just kind of get as much grinding out of it, clumps out of it as possible. I'm finding some more of the joint paper that I have to pull out. Okay, so after you get it down to about as far as you feel like you can get it just by using pressure like this, what we'll do is we'll find that the actual buds will even have more of this that we'll want to be working with. As you can see here, this is very, very fine, very, very fine. So this is exactly the consistency that we want, and the next job will be to take the more coarser bud that we have here, and it's going to also have to go through the strainer. Okay, I'm going to start the process for going ahead, and I've got the bud now. I'm going to pour that in the strainer, and you can probably get the whole ounce there. Alright, there we go. And as you can see, it's quite coarse, so this is what I'm going to do first. I'm going to be just run it between my forefinger, just like that, and my thumb, and just be careful not to let any of the big stuff pop into your bowl. So we're just doing it like the best we can in a general way to crush the bud. And as you can see, there's lots of stems, and so those will have to be taken out as we go, because we're not going to crush those into fine powder, because the stems really don't have any of the cannabinoids. That concentration is sufficient to really make it really enhancing the final product. But as you go, you can pull those obvious stems out. They're in the way. So this is going to take me a while to do, but once I get it going, we'll come back and you'll see how we do the final preparation for the plant material that will move into the capsule machine in just a bit. Okay, so now I've gotten all 2 ounces all ground down to just this much. I've got it down to mostly just the stems now. I don't see a lot of material there that could really, I'm afraid if I grind this up, I'm just going to be grinding up the stems, and that's not really going to be adding to the quality of the product. So I'm going to call it quits about now. And as you can see, I reduced, I might have a gram or two, well, probably a little bit more than a gram or two of waste. But that's what happens when you buy bud, that there you get some of the stems in there. When you buy the joints, it's already gone through this process, just not as fine, and that's why we have to run it through the strainer before we go through it. Okay, I think I'm done now. Alright, so now what I want to do is I want to go over the basics of the capsule machine. So your capsule machine kit will consist of a variety of different parts, and so the instructions with your capsule machine will give you how to do everything, and you may or may not want to do everything that they want you to do. So the first thing that they ask you to do is to load what would be the bottom cap, and so what I do is I label, so I know the bottom cap. This is going to take your capsule, and let me just show you the distinction. So once again, this is a 00/00 capsule maker, and you'll have to buy the 00 capsules. Now, if you buy the capsules online, they may be made out of beef gelatin. If you're vegan, then you want to get capsules from the health food store so you don't have any animal products in it. But here's the capsule. There's 2 parts. There's the bottom part, and then the top part fits on top. So the bottom part, all of the capsules, you can put them in one at a time if you want, or you have this attachment. You place this on here and you just pour your capsules on there and they'll find their way. Now some of them go in upside down, obviously, but it's pretty easy to retrieve them. You just, if it's upside down, you just take one of these things and put them down. It'll pull up the wrong side in, and you just fix it. But or you can just do them one at a time. Either way. So I've already loaded the bottom capsules into this part of the machine. The other parts of the machine, now this is also used for loading the top capsules, and so you have two other parts that are for the top capsule. You have the bottom half, which receives the bottom half of the capsule. So where to go? Somewhere. There it is. So this little capsule will go into the bottom part, and it's going to stick up a little bit, and so you're going to want to put all the capsules, the tops in there, and in order to do this, we're going to have a little help with, once again, this part of the machine. It's going to fit over this, and then you're just going to take your capsule tops, like I have here, and just pour it into the machine like that. Already some of them jumped in there. Some of them may be upside down or not. It doesn't matter. Just kind of get them going. See where they fall. It's just a quick way. Now the ones that are upside down, the way to get it out is to take a cap and just put it on top of it, and it'll pull it out. There it is. Okay, so we've poured the plant material onto the capsule machine, and now we're just going to spread it out and just make sure it all goes in evenly distributed over all the holes. And they'll fill in, and you just make sure it goes everywhere. And there's, this is a manual labor here, but I mean, I used to pack these capsules one at a time manually. Just taking the bud and just trying to pack it into each individual capsule. So once you feel like you have pretty much covered everything, and it's packed down as much as you like, so then we're going to tamp it down. So you can just leave that material there. So here I'm going to tamp this down, and this just packs each capsule. So you just line it up in the center of majority of them and just press. And as you can see, we now have more room, and so you continue to spread the material around, and you'll do this portion several times. Okay, I've gone ahead and finished packing as much of the plant material that I can in the bottom capsules. So I'll take the fence off, and now here's the top capsules, and this is the top cap cover, and notice it's a little wider opening there, so the top of the capsules are pointed down, so we have to put this on top in order to apply the tops to fit over the bottom. So there's a pilot screws that make that alignment possible, and then once you have it aligned, it's a matter of applying pressure like this. There. That simple. You heard it happen, and it's completely together. Now take this off. Voila! There you have it. 100 capsules of CBD A and THC A. So I take 2 capsules 3 times a day, and it's best to take it with something that's fatty instead of just water. Take it with food is best. You can sprinkle it over yogurt or over your cereal. Just have a little fat in your diet, because these are fat soluble and not water soluble. Also, in addition to this, for me, I take 3 times a day a tincture. This is a 20-to-1 CBD to THC tincture. It has such a low amount of THC, there's no possible way a person would have any effects. This has 0.3 milligrams of THC. Typically it takes 10 milligrams of THC for a person to be psychoactivated. 5 milligrams to 10 milligrams depending upon a person's experience, but 0.3 of THC is insufficient. So I take 2 of these dropperfuls in order to get 10 milligrams of CBD. This is not the acid molecule, this is the CBD that's specially formulated, and it has a little bit of THC so that it gives it what's called an entourage effect. I also, of course, take some THC in the form of FICO, which is full extract cannabis oil, something that I also have to make. And it's high THC, and it's for my prevention of my cancer returning. And most people who do this routine also would be benefited by a small amount of THC. So I'm not recommending this to anybody. This is just a protocol that I'm using because of the health benefits. And as I've mentioned, I've acknowledged that my memory is so much better. I don't have any inflammation in my body. It really has benefit for helping balance and even out all the processes within the body. So it'd be something that you might want to check into. In addition to taking this every day, I noticed that when I've stopped taking the raw cannabis, the benefits begin to wane. And so you need to keep it up in order to maintain the benefits that you are feeling from having ingesting the acid molecule of the cannabinoids, the acid molecule of the cannabinoids. So I hope this helps you understand the process for making the capsules, and not to worry, you can take these anytime and not have any experience of being altered. So enjoy. CBDA is the CBD compound's precursor, just like THCA turns to THC when heated or aged. CBDA decarboxylates to CBD. Found in raw cannabis, CBDA can provide abundant health benefits thanks to its natural anti-proliferative, antioxidant, antibacterial, anti-inflammatory properties. THCA's effects and benefits are its anti-inflammatory properties for the treatment of arthritis and lupus, neuropathy, neuroprotective properties for treatment of neurodegenerative diseases such as Alzheimer's, and anti-anemic properties for the treatment of nausea and appetite loss, anti-proliferative properties noted in studies of prostate cancer, breast cancer. THCA decreases inflammation, physical pain, and neuropathic pain. CBDA is also been studied in the impact on cancer and other illnesses such as Crohn's disease. And so with all of these benefits that are possible with the introduction of raw cannabis, it seems that it's a no-brainer just to continue to safeguard our whole system's health by adding these supplements to our regimen of other vitamins and minerals and things that we take, such as probiotics. All right.